Hey guys, Wade here. Happy Wednesday to you. I pray all is well. It's raining over here. That sucks. But what doesn't suck is the news that I got for you in this video. Today, we are talking ICP, Energy Web Token, and Fetch AI. Two of these crypto projects were present at this year's World Economic Forum event, but we'll get to that later. What we're going to focus on mainly, though, is ICP's newest development. Smart contracts on Bitcoin, guys. I've been watching this unfold for a number of months, and I'm excited to tell you that it is finally upon us. Now, if all of that interests you, make sure you show that like button some love, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe so that way you don't miss any more of this hustlerific content. And with that, let's jump into the Power 42 rankings and see how the markets are doing today. Got a lot of green activity over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin coming in at 29,750, 2.5% over the last 24 hours. BNB coming in at 328, up 3.5%. XRP broken back into that 40-cent range, up 1.5% over the last 24 hours. Rounding out the top 10, we got Solana, Polkadot, Tron still sitting at 6, Polygon, Kronos, Stellar, and Flow securing its spot at number 10. And then we also, I like to keep an eye on the battle for 11th place. Algorand and Hedera Hashgraph have been neck and neck in the last 24 hours. Both of them are up 2%. Now, let's turn our attention to a couple of the projects that we will be talking about in today's video. Internet Computer coming in at 16, up 2.9% over the last 24 hours. Scrolling down a bit, we can find that Fetch AI and Energy Web Token are comfortably sitting next to each other, 37th and 38th respectively, both up a little bit over the last 24 hours, with Energy Web breaking 1.5%. So I can, like we said, guys, markets are looking pretty good. We got a couple decent double-digit movers over the last 24 hours. Oasis Network and Audius, guys, up 10 and 12% respectively. Now, yesterday we did see Flow move into this 10th position, and I discovered, guys, that they have just made their Coinbase listing. So that would have explained that move yesterday. So other than that, though, I think the markets are looking pretty good. Not too much needed to be worried about. Of course, there's a Fed meeting sometime this week, but guys, we're here for the long-term picture, all right? And we're not necessarily worried about that. We already know we're playing out to the halving cycles. I did the video on it. Feel free to check it out. But with all that being said, let's jump right into our first story. DeFi meets Bitcoin smart contracts, guys. I've been waiting to tell you about this for a minute. Internet Computer, simply put, have now introduced smart contracts to the Bitcoin blockchain, and the purpose of which, well, we'll see that unfold as we read through this story. Imagine that smart contracts could work efficiently on the Bitcoin blockchain, and that you could make use of your BTC directly within DeFi applications. Now we can, thanks to Infinity Swap, a new automated market maker running on the Internet Computer blockchain. It aims to implement this range of features so that users can use real Bitcoin within DeFi. Now, just one quick note I want to make here, guys. We have to highlight the history. DeFi on Bitcoin has been done before, but I think it was done at a time when the market was not ready for it. However, we are now entering an age of Bitcoin where utility is going to be the main focus. And I am starting to see that more applications are now kicking on this technology. So I just want to make it clear where I stand here. We know the history. We know DeFi has been on Bitcoin before, but for relevancy of where we are now, this is the next stages. So being aware of the projects that are adding to that narrative, if we're looking to be smart investors, smart hustlers, guys, they call it following the money. How are they looking to do this? Internet Computer makes this possible thanks to their chain key cryptography, enabling a direct bridgeless integration to the Bitcoin network. Bridgeless, that's very key because it was a bridge that caused several hacks on multiple blockchains in recent months. With this integration, developers can create special canister smart contracts that are capable of handling Bitcoin. For example, Bitcoin holders can swap their BTC with any other altcoin on the internet computer through Infinity Swap. Now, Infinity Swap, yes, it's a lot similar to a Uniswap or a Pancake Swap. So when you go and pull up that website, which you know will be in episode guide, going into it, you kind of have an idea of what to expect. But Infinity Swap is a lot more decentralized than these other two options. And it also comes with some added features. For example, Infinity Swap is looking to make it easier for founders, developers, and entrepreneurs to create and fund projects. They can create their tokens and seek funds easily, doing both directly from the web app. Users will also be able to stake their tokens, ERC and IS20, in liquidity pools. Now, I posted a question in the community tab, I want to say yesterday, where I asked you guys who would be interested in integrating crypto and blockchain technology into your business. I asked that question for moments like this one, guys. There are a lot of these protocols that are always looking to fund people's projects, start new tokens, so forth and so on. So you got to keep your eye out for these types of blockchains. In a minute, I'll show you ICP's ecosystem. That way you'll get a deeper idea of what applications are already there that may work well with your business. Another thing that makes this new development so massive is the Infinity Wallet. Their Infinity Wallet is very significant because it can support tokens from both Bitcoin and the Ethereum ecosystem. Their idea is to make the Infinity Wallet the most interoperable wallet on the market. Interoperability, guys, is very important, and I hope now we are starting to see why. Everything has to be connected. I am always, whenever I see interoperability now, I think of the super apps that are being developed in China. And on the subject of super apps, they have another feature to this upgrade to Infinity Swap, guys, and they call it social finance. Using Infinity Swap, you can actually share your trading experience with other users on the platform. This is bringing a social aspect to DeFi. This is something that we have seen with applications like Public and eToro, and then more recently Coinbase. They've integrated a social feature into their NFT wallet. That brings us back to that super app concept, guys. Everything is looking, as we go towards this next age of innovation, everything is going to be streamlined, compacted, and placed all in one button. That's the goal here. So we're going to see a lot more applications like this. Another reason why I was excited to report on this story, guys, because it reflects the next stage. Okay, it reflects the next stage of innovation when it comes to projects like Bitcoin. Now, let's take a glance at the ICP ecosystem if you haven't seen it. Yes, it is very vast, guys. And what I want you to notice is the diversity of applications here. We got infrastructure apps, NFTs, authentication, which is digital ID, tools for productivity, wallets, social apps, metaverse. Like, it's very vast, guys. You know, I'll have the link down in the episode guide. Fleek, Discret was actually the first one that I discovered last year when I first got into ICP. Discret is the equivalent of LinkedIn on the blockchain. Not seeing that anywhere else, guys. We already know how successful LinkedIn has been. Now we have a decentralized alternative. This is all built on the ICP chain. Now, we also have a social media app, which is Discover. It's a decentralized version of Reddit where, just like it sounds, guys, as you can see by the graphic here, you can post photos, information, links, videos, all types of things. It's social media on ICP, already active and running. Again, the links to this page will be in the episode guide. Feel free to explore, make use of some of these applications. This is what Internet Computer is bringing to the market, guys, and a lot of people don't like to highlight this because they're still stuck on that crash after the Coinbase listing from last year. They're not seeing the technology. So let's move forward to our next topic. We're talking grid flexibility with Energy Web and Electrocaldence. Guys, this is very interesting. What we are going to get is a glimpse of the future of energy grids. May not be the most exciting sounding topic, but when I break it down to you guys, you're going to see the value in this. Now, what are we talking about when we say flexibility? Well, in this case, it's referring to the ability to balance power generation with energy consumption using distributed energy resources, with the goal of increasing efficiency and resilience across an increasingly decarbonized network. So we're talking about the CO2 markets, guys. We're talking about the electricity networks around the globe. What's beginning to happen is Energy Web specifically is building a network where all of these energy providers can connect their energy resources together. Doing this is dramatically going to, like they said, increase the efficiency of the entire energy distribution process, effectively rendering blackouts a thing of the past. Now, last year in February, it was first announced that ElectraFlex was the world's first decentralized flexibility platform tailored for the specific needs of a distribution system operator. ElectraCaldense, a 100% renewable energy retailer, serves 12,800 in a region of Catalonia, which is just north of Barcelona. ElectraFlex has the goal of creating a demand flexibility market, which incorporates multiple assets, customers, and industrial partners within ElectraCaldense's region, with the goal of balancing renewable energy generation as efficiently as possible across all participants in order to create a single low-carbon electricity system. So, we can see they are looking to build a system where energy providers are all connected. It's a global energy network here, guys. And in the community tab, I actually posted this video here. This is places where they're actually utilizing this new energy grid technology. This is Vega. They are an EV charging port, and basically they're charging these Teslas using the connection that they have to this new ElectraCaldense energy grid. This is going to streamline the entire EV process, guys. Bringing it back to the States for a second, I recall a few months back, our president putting a lot of money down for EV charging stations all across the country. The main issue with that, though, is that these charging stations, they have to have a relationship with the energy service providers in the area. Not anymore with this type of technology. Simply, guys, using this application, now these energy charging stations can be built anywhere and connect to a large energy provider or multiple energy providers from basically anywhere you can get an internet connection. This is what the future of EV is going to look like, guys. This is another reason why I like Energy Web so much, is because the problems that they are looking to solve have a direct impact on how we live every day. In addition to this, we have Top Cable, which is an electric cable manufacturer or power lines. Thanks to ElectraFlex, they can now adapt its energy consumption to take advantage of different hourly electricity prices, managing 6 different production lines. In addition, the facility can adapt its consumption when needed, with the goal to achieve a perfect balance of energy production and consumption in the grid. So power lines, guys, I can simply translate that to, and if you take a look at how they're structured, they're all connected to one central station. Well, now those central stations can become smaller, and those wires, if we're still even going to use them, can still now have more reach than they had before. And then lastly, guys, we have to talk about solar panels, because now they have just added the SunSpec Alliance. And this one, it's going to be very big, because Energy Web is also developing and deploying the EW SunSpec Gateway, an open source toolkit that allows any distributed energy resource compliant with the SunSpec Modbus specification to have its own digital identity on the Energy Web stack. Pretty much, guys, SunSpec Alliance is a trade alliance of over 160 solar and storage companies across Asia, Europe, and North America, and is a member of Energy Web. In 2020, they announced a strategic partnership with Energy Web to co-develop digital standards that support interoperability for solar panels and battery energy storage. What did we just get in Texas, guys? Mr. Elon built an entire gigafactory focused on solar energy that they might be using to mine Bitcoin. And what's interesting about that is that also Energy Web was busy all through May. We won't read through this whole story, guys, but I got one paragraph that is highlighted for you that's really going to bring this all together. Energy Web and RMI, which is Rocky Mountain Institute, one of the companies that helped put Energy Web on the map, just released a draft which simply details their approach to the future of the energy grid with a particular focus on Bitcoin miners. And they state they are the foundation for an eventual certification program that will credential renewably powered mining and hosting operations. Now we go back and we pair that with the SunSpec Alliance. So if SunSpec is producing the industry leading solar panels, and of course, the next stage in Bitcoin mining is going to incorporate alternative energies, what we have being created here is Energy Web will act sort of like a gatekeeper or one of the required pieces of tech for Bitcoin mining down the road. We only got 2 million left, guys. So I am really starting to see the race heat up when it comes to the next few years for Bitcoin, how those last 2 million are going to be dealt with, guys. But wrapping up, last piece here, guys, this means that any solar panels with SunSpec compliant inverters, which is the majority of new panels, will be able to be onboarded onto Electroflex easily and contribute to the generation side to the flexibility market. So Energy Web is laying the foundation when it comes to the future of energy production, guys. And it's the only blockchain project that is particularly focused in that direction. And we can see just from, traditional media, it's something that is present. Okay, we just can't avoid that. But let's move on to Fetch AI, guys, because this one is kind of big. Now, we know that they have been present. The World Economic Forum, Davos was this week, and every blockchain you could imagine was in attendance. But what I want to tell you about this particular piece here, guys, is that one of the biggest focus was the food crisis. And one way that they are looking to address that is by using food traceability technology. Fetch AI specializes in that specific thing with the use of their AI agents or artificially intelligent agents. Now, they were at Davos, and we'll pull up this little clip here. They were at Davos this year alongside Liquid Chefs. Now, Liquid Chefs is a company in the UK. They do pop-up bar venue style events like what you see here. Basically, pop-up stations where if you ever go into like a farmer's market, but there's a stand where you can get coffee from, something like that, and it's outside, they do that type of thing. Now, may not seem super glamorous on the surface, but you got to think about what's required to run something like this and have it a pop-up fashion. You got to have access to food in different countries at different times all the time. The best way to do that, the best way to track your produce and your items and everything now would be blockchain technology, because it's the only thing that moves fast enough. What we're seeing with Fetch AI and Liquid Chefs is them showcasing that talent to the people who have all the money to essentially address that problem. Now, I know this is a touchy subject as well. I was looking at crypto Twitter and all of the blockchain projects that were present at Davos. People are now turning on. Okay, people are turning on Stellar Lumens. They're turning on Polkadot. They're turning on Energy Web, Fetch AI. I see all the comments. It's like, I understand why people feel that way, but at the same time, guys, we gotta look at the truth of the matter here. We got to look at the reality of this. It's happening. Okay. And there are groups and players involved that are making it happen. And it's kind of a thing where if you can't beat them, join them. And I'm not saying that that's what we're doing, but That's what we're seeing play out here, guys. It's game theory at its finest. With all that being said, guys, I want to leave you with a question. So now that we have this new format, I'm looking to see which projects you guys think line up with the themes for the day. So today we're focused on technologies that will be applicable a few years down the road. So if you are looking into some projects that have a focus on technologies that are not ready just yet to be adopted, but it's not really that far off, let us know down in the comments, guys. So that way we can start exploring some new content, some new cryptos, and just getting even more new information. And on the subject of new information, if you want more on Energy Web or Fetch AI, I'll have those videos pop up right here. While you're at it, make sure you have a great day, have a prosperous day. Most importantly, if that money is digital, so is the hustle. I'll see y'all in the next one.